Okay, so good evening, everybody. This is your host, Vidushi Katare, and I welcome you all to the meet and greet and result declaration of round one case study under National Startup Fest 2021, organized by student organization Tanzanite under the aegis of Division of Student Welfare, Lovely Professional University. Sponsored by Prep Bites, Coding Ninjas, Geeks for Geeks, Mentor Card, Learn While Traveling, Sponsorable, and Grab All. So welcome once again, and do let me know how you all are doing in the chat box. So are you all excited for the results of round one? We will get to know who all participants are going to be qualified for the next round. And before moving further, I would like to request everyone to have their webcams and mics muted and off. Okay, so Ruchi is excited. Thank you so much, Ruchi, for replying. So, to provide us with some expert insights and to declare the results, we have a great personality among us. Over the last one decade as a mindset coach and a life skills infantilist, his work has impacted more than 50,000 lives ranging from different age groups, teachers, teens, and parents. Recognized with various accolades, DLF Foundation conferred upon him the prestigious Best Resource Person Award. His work has been published in various print media, including newspapers and magazines. He's on a mission to impact 1 million lives. A TEDx speaker and entrepreneur, our judge and guest of the day, Mr. Kamalneet Singh. Good evening, sir.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you perfectly.
Right. Can you all hear me? You can probably give me a thumbs
Yes,
up
sir.
if you can. And got that. Can you see me?
Yes, sir, you are perfectly visible as well.
Perfect. Sometimes technology behaves like your wife, doesn't really let you do what you want to. Yeah, but I hope it's working fine.
Yes, sir, it is working fine, and that is true. So, sir, warmest welcome from the Tanzanite family, from all the participants and everyone present over here.
Thank you very much. I'm glad it's a privilege and I'm honored to be here. And you had in the whole process, I went into those nostalgic memories of my college days. So thank you for letting me go down the memory lanes. Thank you.
Sir, actually, thank you for taking out the time and being here and actually giving us tip and at the same time judging our participants. So thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure. Pleasure is all mine. So is everybody
So, sir,
excited about it?
yes, they all are. I'm sure they all are. Like, after all, we are telling them the results.
Yeah.
And we'll be providing them with all the list of the participants who qualified from round two. So post a lot of fire emojis in the chat box and tell us how excited you all are for the results. So, sir, while they are, typing and sending chats, I would like to ask you that how are you and how is everything? I can see everyone is very excited and eagerly waiting for the results. So are we. That's nice. So, sir, how are you? Like, how is everything? And what was your experience judging all the participants?
So Vidushi, I had I had a tough time. I'll be honest. I had a tough time going through the results. To begin, to first of all to begin with, when I read through the answers, I felt like when I was growing up and during my school days and college days, I felt that we were pretty dumb and we were not that upgraded, and the kind of answers that have come up, these are very different and these are very creative. हमारे टाइम पे ना हमें लगता था कि ये सारी चीजें हमारे से नहीं होंगी, and especially given my background, some of you might know, some of you might not know. Uh, as a child, I had issues with speaking and talking and all of that, and because of all of that, I decided to work. I decided to take up hotel management, and decided to work in a hotel and to become a cook, so that I can be behind in the kitchen I can probably enjoy eating, but I could probably stay away from eating, and so stay away from people as such. But later I realized that I decided to take up kitchen not because I really wanted to be in the kitchen. I decided to take up kitchen because I wanted to stay away from people. I had issues with confidence. I had issues with self-esteem. I had issues with inferiority. Tons of issues. You name an issue, I had it. And I decided. And when I realized that I have made this decision to be in the kitchen is purely because of my weaknesses that I gathered over a period of time. And when that realization happened, I decided to go back to the school where all the problems started, and I decided that कि जहाँ से problem शुरू हुई है वहीं पे जाके खत्म करना पड़ेगा. So I decided to work with kids, and I decided to work with youngsters like you, because I knew that what happens as a child, what happens as a youngster, if that age can be taken care of, life unfolds in a very different way. But if a lot of damage happens at that age, and when I say damage, I don't mean to say physical damage. I mean to say things like bullying, harassment, and all of other things that happen. It really impacts. So I decided कि जो मेरे साथ हुआ है वो बच्चों के साथ ना हो, and I decided and I started working with kids. So coming back to the point, when I was in college, and whenever such a project was given, I would figure out a way कि मैं कैसे how do I bunk, how do I escape, how do I run away, and how do I really how do I figure out a way that I don't have to participate. But when I was going through your projects, it made me feel so proud of our youngsters today. Each one of you have put in so much of effort. Your creativity, your ideas, you guys are very, very creative. And while reading through some of the projects, there was an emotional moment for me, thinking about my times, that that how times have changed, and we have these progressive youngsters. Very, very happy for you. So what you can all do is that you can probably put your hand in the front, put your hand like this. I know you're not on the cameras, majority of you are not on the cameras, but I trust that you'll be doing this. So put your hand up in the front and turn it around and bring it on your shoulder and pat yourself, because you guys did a phenomenal job. And I wish I was half as good as you while I was of your age. So very happy for that. So Vidushi, they have done very well, and it's not easy to pull that. It's not easy to pull it off what they have, and that too at such a young age.
So I'm pretty sure all the participants are like really happy right now and feeling proud. Like sir said, you all did an excellent job, and sir is so
Indeed,
impressed.
indeed.
But sir, I'm even more impressed by your story. Like you said that you were not exactly a people's person, a social
Mhm.
person, and then you are a TEDx speaker and you are here in front of us, like so many of us. Like that's a really inspirational story.
Thank you, Vidushi. Thank you. So I feel that God has been kind, and my parents have been very, very supportive. And when I decided to make that shift, when I decided to turn around and take a new path, I was supported by my parents, my family. So that kind of became a launch pad for me to launch. So that's that.
Very true, sir. So everyone present over here, if you think that you have any doubts related to the event or anything, you can ask in the chat box and we'll ask them. Uh, and sir, the next question I had for you is what were you expecting from the participants? Like what were you looking for when you were going through all the files?
So honestly speaking, uh, whatever they have delivered, I was expecting comparatively lesser, but it turned out to be in a very different direction. Uh, so what they have delivered is more than what I was expecting. Some gaps here and there, and I would probably also highlight that, so that when you move into the next rounds and when you probably participate in other rounds, it will save you, it will help you to move forward. So I was expecting clarity in communication, in putting your points across in the file. I was looking at simplicity of the ideas. I was looking at the need for the solution that you are giving. I was looking for creativity. Have you used creativity, or have you come up with a regular solution? So looking at, so comprehensive, if I look at it, I did get to see a lot of creativity. I did get to see a lot of brainstorming happening. I did get to see simplicity in the ideas. However, some gaps as well, in the sense that, so let's say if you have to, some of you, and while all of you did very well, I'll just help you understand that, gap kahan pe aa sakta hai. So while you're offering a solution, right? So let's say if there is a problem that was given to you, while you're offering a solution, because eventually you have been asked to deliver a certain solution. So कई जगहों पे क्या हुआ, आप लोगों ने solution की जगह ना, जो जो आपकी सर्विस है, उस सर्विस के जो यूएसपीज हैं या जो बेनिफिट्स हैं, उनको हाईलाइट कर दिया या उनके फीचर्स को हाईलाइट कर दिया, वेयर एज वी वर लुकिंग एट a very very concrete solution to the whole idea. And I know that this probably would be your initial ये आपके initial ideas हैं, and whatever you did, they were pretty good. However, when you move forward, you can focus on the real solution. What is it that is expected out of us? How do we really give that solution, right? So that's crucial. That's that, Vidushi. But I'm very happy.
Okay, so
I'm very happy in terms of what they delivered. I'm happy in terms of what their team work, and especially knowing the fact that they had 2 hours to pull this off. Honestly speaking, agar mujhe milte ye sare assignments, I would have been blank, and you guys pulled it off. Some of you even used creativity. Some of you could even do some designing to your PDFs and all of that, all within about 2 hours. So I'm really happy for what you pulled off. And they say that there will always be a scope, but whatever you did was worth it. Was worth it.
yeah, so there's always room for improvement, but so many compliments with from sir and so many tips and tricks. So I hope you all were taking notes because those were really good tips and tricks. So, sir, any message, anything you would like to say regarding National Startup Fest, your experience through it?
So, first of all, I'm really thankful that I'm a part of it. I'm really happy about the fact that, youngsters out there, and the whole team, the whole team at National Startup Fest, and anybody and everybody who has been coordinating with me and otherwise, it's a grand show, and you guys have done a great job in terms of coordination, in terms of pulling this off, in terms of social media presence, and I'm really enjoying the whole process. I also see that there is a lot of fire. There's a burning desire to make a difference, and the whole process, if you ask me, to the whole team of National Startup Fest, I'm thankful to Tanzanite, thankful to lovely Professional University. एक अच्छी चीज क्या हुई कि ये पूरे प्रोसेस में I also realize that whatever you are doing, that is also a startup in a way, isn't it? Managing operations, managing people, managing times, managing the outcomes, managing, creating files, putting out the ideas, brainstorming at your end, कि हम students को क्या problems दें. So what I saw was that whatever you are pulling it off, whatever you are doing, it turns out to be a mini startup, and the entire team is running a great startup. So best wishes to all of you. And मुझे ना बार बार
Is there a network issue from sir's side?
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can anyone?
Can you hear me?
Okay, now it's fine. Sir, now you're.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, sorry, it was a network issue from my side. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
You're completely audible.
Yeah. Okay. Got that. Do you want me to switch my network?
No, no, sir, it's completely audible. You're completely audible and visible, and network is all fine.
Sure.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
No worries. No worries. So congratulations for running a mini startup, inside while you're in the college, and and the operations are going pretty smooth. In fact, I felt that I was accountable for the case studies, and the team was constantly checking with me that is that done? Do you need any support? So I experienced customer service. I experienced deadline. मेरे पे pressure भी था, कि मुझे इतने बजे तक ये सारा कुछ करना भी है. And so I experienced accountability. I experienced good customer service. I experienced operations. I experienced good flow of events. So overall, a great experience.
Thank you so much, sir. I'm sure the whole Tanzanite family is really happy to hear that. And thank you so much for your compliments. I'm glad that you had a great experience with us till now. So, sir, moving to the next question, I'm pretty sure all the participants would want to know that what you are expecting from them for the next round.
Okay.
What kind of, yes,
Yeah. See, uh, if I have to put down in a few bullets, so one is clarity. Clarity of your solution is very important. See, कई बारी क्या होता है, we go for window shopping, and how many of you like to shop? How many of you like to shop? So you can probably give me a digital, you can digitally raise your hand, or and I'm sure the
people
females
are
out there
raising
are
their
saying yes, yes. That's our thing. Females are more excited about shopping, and when you go for shopping, there is you see a showroom full of things, and आपको लगता है कि मैं क्या उठाऊं, मैं ये लूं या मैं ये लूं, right? But eventually you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice because you'll not be able to pick up everything, right? So trying to connect that analogy to what you have to do here, you'll have to pick up your solution and deliver it in a simple way, right? किसी को complex vocabulary नहीं चाहिए, so I'm not anticipating any complex vocabulary. मुझे vocabulary में interest नहीं है, मुझे simplicity में interest है, that how easily you can communicate, how much clarity do you have about the idea. Second is that how much are you convinced with your solution, right? So what really happens is that अगर आप somehow if you are not convinced with your solution, तो वो ना निकल के नहीं आएगा, फिर उसकी conviction नहीं निकल के आएगी, right? So they say that as within, so without. So if you are not convinced inside, वो conviction नहीं निकल के आएगी, right? So that's that part. uh, so that's one that I'm looking at clarity, I'm looking at communicating it with simplicity, I'm looking at conviction, and I'm also looking at the depth of the solution, and that can be explained in a very simple format, because Vidushi, they will not get too much of time, I think, in the next round, and being confident about your solution. So that's another thing.
right, exactly. Like you can convince one when you are convinced yourself.
Correct.
Otherwise, it is really hard to convince others.
It's pretty much like you guys are unmarried, so the example might not fit, but I'm just assuming that I remember my brother-in-law was getting into the whole setup of marriage. So he would go out, and he was supposed to meet the girl, and he was not too sure that was he really keen to get married at that point in time. So जिस भी meeting में जाता था ना, he would go half-heartedly, and he would come back, मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रही है, मुझे समझ ही नहीं आ रही है, and I would have good fun with him. And but the point is that if you are not clear about your outcome, सामने वाला ना confuse हो जाएगा फिर, so you got to be very very sure of it, right? Got that? Thank
Right.
you, Nani. Your examples with reference to marriages are always very relevant. Yeah, you're speaking to a married man. I'm also a father. I have one son and I have one wife. So married man can crack some jokes.
So, sir, like you are a TED speaker, so like some tips so that we can be more communicative while writing. I mean, face to face, it's easier to communicate your thoughts, but writing it down is kind of what I feel is a tougher job. So, any tips for that?
Correct. So yeah. So see, what happens is, when whatever solution that you are writing or you are presenting, before you actually put it out, you have to ask yourself, is it clear to me, right? Is it crystal clear to me? That's one. Second is that कई बार ना हम unnecessary fillers भर देते हैं कि थोड़ा सा बड़ा लगेगा तो अच्छा लगेगा, let me make it lengthy. And my a cousin of mine, my cousin sister, during 10th and 12th boards, she would write very lengthy answers, and I would read pre-boards, and I would read the answers, and I would ask, you've written it in 2 pages, मैंने तो आधा paragraph में भी same ही चीज लिखी है. And she would laugh and she said, नालायक, तूने पूरी पढ़ाई नहीं की है. And I would say, if you read my half paragraph And if you read your 2 pages, uh, answer तो वहां भी निकल के आ ही रहा है, right? So just the point is that brevity is the key. Being brief and being able to deliver your point is the key. So that's one. Do not. So some of you have used words which were a little complex. एक आध बारी तो मुझे डिक्शनरी जो है गूगल चेक करना पड़ा, कि अरे ये तो बड़ा भारी वर्ड है, right? So you'll always have to see that we sometimes feel good कि अगर हम कोई भारी वर्ड यूज कर लें, वो हमें थोड़ा सा ईगो पैम्पर हो जाती है, that I used a good word and I'm sounding like cool, right? But अगर सुनने वाले को या पढ़ने वाले को अगर समझ नहीं आया, so somehow there is a disconnect, right? And not everybody would be very, very well versed with vocabulary. So simple words, keep it simple, keep it brief, and maybe you can be while you're presenting, जब आपकी ये presentation होगी, you can also be very light in terms of delivery. You don't have to be very serious and grim, so कई बारी बहुत we really get stuck with the fact that कि मैं कैसा बोल रहा हूँ, मैं कैसा सुन रहा हूँ, कैसा लगेगा सुनने में, how am I looking and how am I, वो लोग कैसे मेरे को judge करेंगे and all of that. वो सारे thought process में you lose your natural self, right? So आपने ना कोई accent नहीं मारना, आपने कोई किसी का style borrow नहीं करना. Whatever your way of delivery is, you keep it very simple. That's the key, and just believe in your delivery, right? But the pressure will be on. I read a message. Let me read the chat box. But the pressure will be on. Yes, so it has come from simple, short, sweet, brief. Yeah, thank you, SUS. I don't know the name that says SUS. So Redmi says that. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm calling you Redmi, but then that's what the chat box says, right? So, but the pressure will be on. Okay, so yes, the pressure will be on. That's true. But what is the pressure about? Is the pressure about you winning? If that's the pressure, you see, not everybody will win, right? Let me, I'm also a coach, so let me give you a little guidance on that. Not everybody will win, right? You will have just about, depending upon the grand finale, a few teams would make it. But what's crucial is that, this is something which is pressure about we are in or not. Yeah. So that can be, Azim, I understand the pressure, and I'm building it. Yeah, isn't it? I'm further building it. But remember, Azim, in life also, it would be like this only. You will not have instant results. You will not have instant declarations happening. You will not have instant outcomes happening. So slow and steady is the need of the hour. And I know some of you would be saying, come on, declare the results. And, and I know that you might be feeling that. But remember that you might want to always get instantly gratified, but life will not work like that. It will not work like that. It took me a long time to be in the space that I am. And I always wanted from the first day, I wanted results from the first day for myself. Did not happen. But along the journey, I wanted to see, I wanted to learn, and I learned. I spent more time learning. So remember that there are no failures. Either you will win or you will learn. That's one thing that I really wanted to take away. Either you will win here or you will learn. It's as simple as that. There is nothing called rejection. There is nothing called failure. You'll have to probably you'll have to look back and see कि हम लोग क्या और अच्छे से कर सकते थे. That's how it is, and that's that, Vidushi.
Yes, sir, very true. And like when we are on a long journey, right? I think we should celebrate the milestones that we have. Like even if I just participated in an event, that participation itself needs a lot of courage and dedication. So I should celebrate that yes, I participated. I did not back out.
A lot of you, not the ones who are here, but some of you would have also backed out, and I also want to, I want to share my experience in the sense that, I remember that during school days, we were given a certain project, and in my team there were two other girls, and I had another boy, And I kind of knew that the girls were building on the pressure, you're right. So my handwriting is bad, right? I could have been a doctor. My handwriting is that bad. And so they were building on the pressure. कि ये करो, ये लिखो, ऐसे करो, वैसे करो, and all of that. And I succumbed to the pressure. जिस दिन project deliver करना था, I took a leave from the school. I informed my parents that मेरे पेट में दर्द है, and all of that नाटक I did. कुछ भी नहीं था, it was all fine. But what I want you to understand is that you showed up, you worked towards it. That itself is very, very crucial, right? You did not give up. So we all did. Yeah, but you did that once, but you didn't do it today. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, like I've experienced that too. Like my teammates in the project were like, "She do it. We'll just back out." I've experienced that. Then we had to motivate them. That, come on, let's do it. It's okay. It's a group project.
Correct, correct.
So there was yes,
Yes, please go ahead. Vidushi, go ahead.
yes. So there was actually a question for you in the chat box. So I just wanted to say that. So should one take time before speaking or go on directly? Parikshit asked that.
Okay, right. So now that see you now the time that you get, you hardly get any time, right? And Sitesh is right there. Sitesh, right from the moment it gets announced, they get 3 minutes. That's what I understand?
I think this is for Sitesh. Yeah, someone.
Got that.
someone
So you might want to take, let's say, about maybe 5-10 seconds to gather your thoughts if you want to. But do not think that if you will start instantly, you are getting any brownie points. No, it's not the case. You might want to take 5-7 seconds. You might want to gather your thoughts and then probably begin. When I spoke at TED, uh, I took a couple of seconds, though I knew what is it that I wanted to say, but I was just trying to experience the audience with my eyes. I just wanted to see who is there in the audience, what is the age group like. And you can always take a couple of seconds, but like an extempore, sir, we can relate it. Yeah, like an extempore, correct, Sitesh? It's like that. However, a couple of seconds, 2-3 seconds, I think, or maybe about 4-5 seconds is something that you can, but you'll also have to remember जो सेकंड्स आप ले रहे हो वो आपके टाइम में से ही जा रहे हैं इट्स लाइक फॉर वेजिटेरियंस आपके अगर आपका वो पनीर बटर मसाला है तो अगर उसी में से ही कोई वो निकाल रहा है राइट एंड फॉर द नॉन वेजिटेरियंस इट्स योर बटर चिकन बोल somebody scooping those five scoops maybe so it's your time the mistake that you can avoid doing is that सुनते ही बोलना है that's no rule of thumb, right? So sunte hi bolna hai. There is no rule, and I can give you a formula. It's called TIS. You might want to make this. You might want to make a note of this formula. It's called TIS. It's generally used in the extempore formats, and T stands for topic, I stands for introduction, and introduction to the topic. What is it about? The importance basically. And S stands for speaker. You yourself. Now, while you might take this because I've participated in various competitions, these are called just a minute competitions, and I would use it there. So what you can do is you can use this topic, importance, and speaker for about 5-7 seconds as a filler. And while you're doing that, your brain will help you to retrieve the other thoughts that you would want to deliver, right? So is the okay, yeah. So don't you bother, and so TIS, you can use it in any form. You can use it in STI, ITS, IST. It works in 6 combinations. So introducing your topic, importance, and speaker, but do not spend too much of time. That's only your filler. That's not for you to totally bank upon and spend your time on it. That's a quick filler, right? That's one. You would want to have good lighting, maybe. You don't want to be in the dark because it's going to be online, and I'm using a light. Light makes a difference. I look fairer if I turn off the light. That's how it looks. If I turn on the light, I look fairer, and so uh, fair is a joke that's on the lighter side, but then lighting improves the overall look and feel of the whole thing, and so that is one. uh, yeah, yeah, that's that. Anything else you would want to ask? It is easier
So
to give a
actually,
prepared speech, but it's hard to speak on the spot in 3 minutes. That's what the game is. And I would recommend that before you actually show up, you might want to, within your group, do some practice on random topics. It can be as weird as a fan. Give a topic to your group member that, hey, 1 2 3, you got to speak about the fan. So when you do that, see, the idea is not to be a great presenter. The idea is to get comfortable with that format of those 3 minutes. And when you do this, you speak about fan, you speak about camera, you speak about light. You might want to speak about your breakup. I don't know, and you might, yeah, but you might go way beyond in that case. So you might choose a different topic, right? So you probably pick up a random topic and get comfortable with the fact that you will be speaking on the spot without preparation. And I can tell you, though it sounds very simple, but if you practice this, it will really make you feel very comfortable when you will actually come forward for the real delivery. Can we use other languages? If I'm listening, you can use English, Hindi, Punjabi, and so I think Sitesh would be in a better position. I think the guidelines are that either you speak in Hindi or you speak in English, and but I think you're not supposed to be blending the languages. As a guest, I have that privilege today, so I'm taking that privilege. But then I think आपके लिए या तो English है या हिंदी है. Sitesh, am I correct with that?
yes, he just texted in the chat box
Yeah.
that
If
only English or only no bilingual.
so, would speaking in Hindi mean, is that okay if we don't find any content on the topic? Then can we talk about different things related and then finally come to topic to complete the time? Yeah. So it's more like somebody's asking me to narrate a sad story, and मुझे कुछ नहीं समझ आ रहा है, and I pick up my wife and I start talking about her, and only assuming that she's not listening. अगर उन्होंने सुन लिया तो काफी मेरी पिटाई होगी, but then yeah, so no, you don't have to do that. I would rather recommend that you make an effort to gather some points about it, and speak confidently in anywhere, in any of the language. Yeah, just be I'll give you a mantra. Initially, I had speaking issues also. So the challenge is that when we are speaking, हमारा सबसे बड़ा problem क्या होता है कि we suffer through a disease, right? And it's called दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग? How will they perceive us? How will my presentation be judged? And Bairi Akash is going mad now. I'm just joking. And what did you do? Yeah, I think these are off track questions. Maybe I'll answer it some other time. I've stated a few things about that on my channel, but I'll probably answer that some other time. And so if you can be funny, they say that humor is a great hook. If you can naturally be funny, then nothing like it. If that happens, but you don't have to make a desperate attempt. If it comes to you, great. If it doesn't come to you, fine. So to be attractive, yeah. So I think a good in this format, a good lighting, a good voice in the sense that it should be pretty audible. You looking into the camera. That's another good point. I would want that you should not be. Let me give you an example here. Okay, give me a second. Now let's say I have a diary here. Now my camera is on, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm just trying to. I know in your case it's extempore, but then some people end up making some notes assuming कि कुछ ऐसा होगा, right? You would not really know what the topic is going to be. Do not really try to try or probably have something already up there, and you're trying to read. That doesn't help, so because it's going to be on the spot. So be natural. Do not copy anyone's style. That might make you unattractive. कि अगर आप किसी का स्टाइल चोरी करने की कोशिश करोगे कि मैं इसकी तरह बोलूंगा या मैं इसकी तरह बोलूंगी, and that might not help. So just be yourself, and you might want to come up on the camera and say, I don't give a damn about the results. You might want to say that to yourself, that I don't give a damn about it. I am just going to be myself and I'm going to give my best. That's it. And you might want to pump yourself up that ways. And yeah, that's that. Looks like that we have got into a public speaking masterclass.
Like, yes, it is true. Like, you do you because like you can do the best you, no one else can.
Yeah.
You're unique. So just do it your way and your style. Be confident. And I hope that everyone was taking notes till now. And sir, like, I'm sure everyone is excited and waiting for the results. So without any further ado, I would like to request you to please announce the results of round one case study and let us know who all qualified for the next round.
Are you all
So guys,
excited?
are you excited?
Yeah,
Yes. I mean,
exactly what I
we are
wanted to ask.
finally announcing the results. Show some excitement in the chat so that we, quickly tell you the results. Okay. Everyone is excited, like a lot. And at the same time, someone is freaking out. Okay.
Yeah. So what if,
Some people are nervous. Yes, sir.
so let me, so how many of you are nervous? Can you write N in the chat box? N in the chat box? N. Nervous? Okay, good.
A lot of ends.
How many of you are excited? Write E in the chat box.
Okay.
And how many of you are feeling desperate to get the results? Write D in the chat box. Okay, got that. Got that. I'm just helping you experience on purpose. I'm helping you experience that, that instant gratification might not happen. But before I announce the results, what I want to tell you is that, each one of you did very well. And you had different ideas. You had different ways of expressing that. Not everybody will make it to, the following round, and okay, great. So just remember that you gave your best, and whatever you find you can improve, maybe whenever you participate again, you improve in that. And let me announce the results. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Even
Right,
I'm getting
all the
goosebumps.
very best. Yeah, I'm sure. All that. Oh, oops. The result was in my phone and my phone's battery is down. What do we do? And I'm just joking.
Um,
Yeah, I'm just joking.
for a second, you had me. I was like, okay.
Okay, got it. Done. So I'm going to announce the names, and listen to them. So we have Suryansh Pratap Singh, Aman Mishra, Yuvraj Singh Rana from Team 19 has made it to the following rounds. Are you happy? Are you happy? Are you excited about it? Yeah. So
Congratulations, guys.
congratulations, many congratulations. Okay. Got that. Okay. So followed by that, we have Parikshit Parik. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing it the right way. Parikshit Parik, Munit Dharmateja from Team 35. Congratulations, you have made it to the next round. We have Mahesh Mohata from Team 8. Many congratulations. And my phone's battery is somehow giving me a okay, the next one is Utkarsh Singh and Ishika Bajaj from Team 4. Okay. So congratulations, many congratulations. See, guys, it was not easy for me. I spent many hours reading through it, trying to evaluate, trying to understand what is it that you had in your mind while writing that. Some of you were phenomenal in putting your ideas across, and very different ideas. Uh, so next is Anirudh Bairi. I think Anirudh was the one who was saying, please declare the results. So Anirudh Bairi, you have made it to the next round. PR Sharan along with Manik Chopra, Team 33. Congratulations. We have Saurav Saha, Virat Vaibhav, Team 31. Congratulations. Just don't say thank you. I'll send you my Paytm number and do the needful. Just joking. We have Guntur Renu, Imran Basha, Sonam Kumari, Team 50. So many congratulations on that. Team 50, congratulations, you have made it. And we have the last team. Any guesses which team number is it? Any guesses on that?
Everyone, fingers crossed.
Any guesses on that? Okay, got that. Everybody would want to write. Okay, I'll probably do Paytm to you. Done. So that's what Aryan is saying. Aryan, we'll probably divide, right? So we have final team, and the members are Lavish Singh, Akash Deep, Dharma Bhukia, Naveen Nayak, Madhula Vishnu, Vardhan Reddy. Guys, many congratulations. You have made it. Now, it wasn't easy for me. I had to go back to my, I did a whole, I had to make a lot of notes, and I kept going back to my notes to see, uh, are we, is it going fine? I wish I had declared all of you as winners, but then given the rules of the game, I could do what I could do best. And some of you might be feeling, what, I should have been there. I should have been there. I get that feeling, and it does feel like that at times. But then sometimes you have to leave it to the judges as well to see. Sahil, your idea was good, but it was a tough competition. So don't be sad. Yeah, we'll come back stronger. I love that message, Paul Samuel. We will come back stronger. I think
That's
that's a classical message. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah. Yeah, I know it's going to be now all these smileys turned around now, but this is what it is, and these are the results.
So, congratulations to all the participants who qualified for the next round and to all of you for participating. Like, because participation in itself requires courage and dedication. So, as Sir said at the beginning, all of you did a fantastic job, and Sir was like really impressed by all of you. So, great job, guys, and congratulations.
Many
Yes,
congratulations,
and
and
I
I
hope.
know that you will get many more opportunities to pitch your idea. Just a few learnings. Some of you had spent a lot of content. Let's say about 50% of the content, uh, talking about the features, right? Whereas, the question was, the case study was around the solution, right? So that's one thing I'm repeating again, because can we know winners' answers for our learning? Vijay, no, that would not. I don't think so. That would happen. I think the team has to take that call. From my side, I cannot probably declare those answers. Those would be too many of them. But remember one thing. you have to focus on the solution, right? You have to really focus on the outcome of what we are looking at. So if you spend time speaking or writing about only the features and not the real solution, right? Uh, it doesn't help. Now, some of you could have, some of you could have actually decided, some of you could have picked up a specific age to target, right? You know, there was a case study around chocolates. Now, had I been in your shoes, I would have decided to probably have chocolates uh, only for under 10 years, and those chocolates would be made in an organic way that would not spoil the tooth of the kids, because the biggest concern for the parents is that, you know, if they eat chocolates, it will spoil their tooth, and a dental procedure can be very painful for a child to undergo. You know, so you can pick up specific age groups that you would want to cater to, and some of you elaborated too much, and we kind of lost the focus on the main solution. Some of you wanted to put as much as possible, कि सब डाल दो, you know, सब डाल दो, कुछ तो चलेगा ही, right? So it's sometimes it's not about jack of all, it has to be master of one. Sometimes you got to be very focused about a particular solution. So that's that, and be brief, focus on the solution, and yeah, that's that.
So I hope everyone was taking notes. It will help you out a lot. So be brief and be communicative and all the things that sir said. I hope that you all noted it all down. And so, okay, so that was it. And any other query, any other doubt, if anyone has, they can post it in the chat section.
Vidushi, I want to speak something, but meanwhile, can anyone let me switch on my camera? Any host in the meeting coordinators? I'm not able to switch on my camera. Any coordinator, anyone in the meeting, any host in the meeting, भैया please हमें अपना चेहरा दिखाने का मौका दें.
Yes, Arun has been doing a very good job. So yes, Arun, yeah.
You're visible.
All right, great. Thank you so much, sir, and a very good evening. I am really sorry I could not host today, but yes, Vidushi was there.
No worries. Vidushi did a good job, and I'm happy. And you know, the way youngsters are doing things, it's really very, very, you know, it makes me feel happy. You know, and yeah.
And thank you so much, sir. First of all, for doing this quick, giving quick response with results, and thank you so much for taking your precious time out of your busy schedule.
Not to forget that I had a lot of pressure.
Yes, we can completely understand. And that's why thank you so much once again.
My pleasure.
And for 1 minute, I want to interact with everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for your love. Sir, actually, अभी मेरे पास ना कुछ messages आ गए थे, भैया आज आप कहाँ हो, आज आप कहाँ हो. So that's why I thought कि 2 minute बस सबसे बात कर लूँ, क्योंकि sir, a bond has been made in National Startup Fest. I was in all the WhatsApp groups of case study, so I was there helping out them if they had any queries, any questions. So it was a very lovely experience. The kind of discussion they had with their problems, it was really amazing. And obviously there were certain rules, so limited log ही second round में गए हैं, but it is not like कि कुछ लोग जीते हैं कुछ लोग हारे हैं, and हार के जीतने वाले को बाजीगर कहते हैं. अभी बहुत टाइम है हमारे पास, बहुत से कॉम्पिटिशन्स टेंजनाइट आने वाले टाइम में करवाएगा. सो लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू यू ऑल, आप सबके एफर्ट्स. एंड मैं भी नहीं गया सेकेंड राउंड में मैं भी के साथ होस्ट कर रहा हूँ. सो वी ऑल वुड बी टुगेदर एज ऑडियंस एंड एज होस्ट. सो थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन. एंड हारना जीतना चलता रहता है, इट्स अ गेम. एंड हारने में कई बार ज्यादा मजा आता है जीतने से ज्यादा, क्योंकि एक बार हार के जब आप सेकेंड टाइम जीतोगे ना, वो खुशी अलग ही होती है कि हाँ इस बार मेरे में कोई फ्लॉज तो नहीं रहे. मे भी इनमें से जो सेकेंड राउंड में गया हो उनमें कुछ कमियां और वो सुधार ना पाए, बट जो हारा है वो रियलाइज करेगा एक एक चीज को.
Very true, very true. You know, that's there.
And this was last, and GD result would be announced on Friday, day after tomorrow. And over to you, Vidushi. Thank you so much for giving me your screen space.
I most welcome.
Vidushi, you can charge him, ask him to pay on Paytm.
Oh yes, he was getting some Paytms, right? Now I want my share as well.
I can see businessman spirit in you.
Thank you, sir, for reminding me. This is a great opportunity for me. Okay, so thank you, Arun Bhaiya, for joining in and for motivating our participants. Anyone, if has any question and anything they would want to ask or say, they can. Otherwise, we'll be like completing the ceremony official.
Sahil, okay. Sahil, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Facebook, and I have my. If you want, I can share my email address. I'll not be able to give my phone number. My apologies for that, and I can share my email ID. It is Coach Kamalneet Singh at gmail.com, or you can write to me at info@kamalneetsingh.com, and yeah, yeah. And I have my website by the same name. It's kamalneetsingh.com, and I have a page on Facebook by the same name, Coach Kamalneet Singh. So you can connect. I respond on messengers. I respond on